Kevin, I saw Liv Morgan mugshots. What happened?
The sexiest mugshot of all time, I might add. So essentially, what happened here to Liv Morgan is this, right? She's driving down the streets in was that Sumter County in Florida? I'm from Florida. I'm not sure where that's at. Let me find this out real quick. Let's see, Sumter County, Florida. So that is over by Orlando. Okay, so makes sense. She's driving down the road. She gets pulled over with 20 grams of marijuana on her. 20 grams? Is that correct?
It's something like that. And she was pulled over because her car is literally, she's driving, it's like swerving in and out of the lane. So the officers behind think, what the hell? Something's up here. Let's pull her over. So carry on.
Yeah, and then she had other specimens on her, which was just like a vape pen, which I smoke on this when we do this podcast. Now the question is here with this, right? This sparks a huge debate because of the whole way marijuana is viewed, right? Um, I don't know. I don't know how I want to say this. If you go back to like the early times, like realistically, you killing a bug, pal?
Pal, this is live on our extra. Carry on, Kevin. There's a spider I'm trying to kill. Carry on, listening.
Okay.
Carry on.
Go ahead. Yep, as JT's killing a spider. Oh, this is so funny. Oh, did you get the spider, pal? Did you get the spider?
Got it, pal.
I'm leaving. We got to leave this in. This is great stuff. All right.
That thing was like, it was like yay. Oh my god.
Did it jump at you, pal?
No, it was like climbing up the wall. I'm like, what the hell? As you're talking about Liv Morgan, you're talking about Liv Morgan and marijuana, the devil's lettuce, pal. I'm watching this. I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So this is a heavily debated topic. I think at least from a United States standpoint, the stigma has dropped a lot because the government realized, hey, we can make millions and millions of dollars of this, just like they did with alcohol. I view it the same way that alcohol is viewed with prohibition and all that. It was banned, and then they were like, wait, we can make a ton of money off this stuff. Are you kidding me? The same thing with marijuana. Now, people say, is it a drug? Is it not? I don't know. I use it legally. I have a card, so it's not. It's like medicine, like any other prescription drug. I think it's safer than using like popping pills, like popping Xanax and stuff like that they try to give you if you go to like a mental doctor. You tell the doctor they got anxiety, like, here, take 20 grams of Xanax, pal, 20 bars of Xanax. I digress. All that being said, this has sparked a huge debate. WWE seemingly not doing anything about this. Controversially, in 2006, RVD got stripped of his WWE title and was suspended. He had cocaine with him as well, but being busted with weed. Me personally, is it a big deal? I don't think so. Like, I don't think it's like, I don't know. That's just my standpoint.
Yeah. Now, I'll jump in on this. Firstly, this could be so much worse. Thankfully, Liv Morgan's been seemingly fine.
Obviously, I'm about to say this. I'm sorry. Let me say this before you go. Driving while using marijuana is unacceptable. Should never be done. I try not to do that. It's just not. It's the same as driving while being impaired on alcohol or any other drug. Do it safely, do it responsibly. If you're in a state where it's legal, or if you have a medical card.
Yeah, no, fair. On this now, my drug stance is I'm a hard no on any of it. Yes, classifications as you're alluding to. The medicinal use, I get that. That's a whole separate thing. We're not going to do a big debate on that. But to me, I view that's just drugs. That there's alcohol, there's drugs, etc. In the different parks. Liv Morgan was pulled over and it was in possession of drugs. That's what it was. WWE obviously aren't super concerned based on their actions. Should they be more concerned? That's a whole debate in itself. I think they should be. I think that this should be a suspendable act, personally. I know Liv Morgan's off TV at the moment. She's rehabbing an injury, getting that back together. I think it's a shoulder, I believe, from reports. Ahead of probably WrestleMania season or something like that. I get it. To me, my stance generally is just no. Now, personally, myself, I don't test the waters. I don't experiment with different drugs or different, alcohol and all that sort of stuff. I'm against it. That's just my lifestyle. I think, let's say with marijuana, power, whatever. If I try it and I don't like it, that's just, well, I've tried it, then I regret trying it because I'm like, why did I do it? I've done drugs now. I don't feel good about that. Then if I try it and I like it and become addicted, that's a whole other issue in itself. So to me, from my perspective, it's like a lose-lose. Liv Morgan, as we're saying, hopefully she's okay now and can hopefully not ever do this again. This is one of those ones. I'm not going to dig the boot in and pile on a ton. I get the human side of it where she's a WWE superstar. She's a big time performer. She gets lots of attention. She's on camera, on screen. Her WWE life is go, go, go. You're traveling, you're a celebrity, you're appearing, you're on screen, you're in front of audiences, you're being cheered by thousands. And then all of a sudden, for 6 months or however long, you're not in front of any of them. You're just rehabbing. You have nothing to really spark you. So doing some stuff like this is being used to cope with that. I get that. I understand from her perspective. I'm not going to act like I don't understand how humans work and chastise her for it. I just personally don't agree with the life choice, but it's good she's okay now, it seems, and they can work with me.
Right. So. Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting gray area. For one, WWE would not want the PR nightmare that would come along with suspending Liv Morgan for marijuana. That would spark a huge politically motivated debate that would hit mainstream media at this point. If WWE suspended her, that would be all over CNN, Fox News, every which way you look at it. They want no part of that. They're not going to suspend her unless she was like drinking and driving, or she had other pills or other substances in her system. But for marijuana, they're not even going to go there. That would create a nightmare that they don't want, that they don't need, quite frankly, while everything's going so hot. A slap on the wrist. Hey, be more responsible next time. Yeah. I'll say this too. In Florida's an odd place because depending on the county where she's at in Florida, she may not even have gotten in trouble for it. Largely in the United States, marijuana is decriminalized. It's not illegal, but it's not legal in the states that it's not legal in. It's not illegal. It's decriminalized, meaning you can do it, and if you get caught, you'll spend a night in jail. You get a slap on the wrist, like, hey, don't smoke in this park again, bro. Depending on the county in Florida, if she's in like South Florida, Miami, Broward, she might not even have gotten arrested. She might have just got like, hey, be more careful. But driving while impaired is dangerous, illegal, unacceptable. Smoking while driving, unacceptable, same as drinking and driving. I know people that do that. It's like idiotic. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you like, just do it in your house? You know what I mean? There's no need to be doing that while you're driving, putting people in danger. So that's a whole different aspect of this. I'll tell you one personal story that I had with marijuana, and this was a number of years ago, so I could tell this comfortably. It was like 5-6 years ago. My friends decided that they wanted to go smoke somewhere. Whatever. Okay, cool. So we're looking for somewhere to smoke at, and we go to this park, this national park, and we're smoking in this national park. And I was against it from the start. I was like, I don't want to do this. No shot. No way. This is stupid. This is idiotic. But I'm just like, whatever. What's the worst that can happen? I was outnumbered like 5-1, so I was like, okay.
Oh no. Oh dude.
So I go along with it. Sure enough, we nearly start a fire in this park. We throw the cigarette out. Nearly start a fire in this park. Cops show up. And I'm like ready to kill these people that I'm with. Like, you idiots, bro. Like, this could be so avoided. Like, there's no need for this, Cops show up. They're like, hey, look, he's kind of started a little disturbance in a national park. They were like inspecting our cars. They're like, hey, some of you guys have some substances in your car. I recommend cleaning that up next time. Don't let that be visible. And that was it. Now, if I was in another section of Florida where it's more conservative, I don't want to get too political, that could have been really bad. And who knows what could have happened to me and all my friends, So it just depends on the situation. Yeah, the whole thing, is it a drug? Is it not a drug? I don't know. That's a debate for other people to have. We're not going to have that on this podcast. Is what it is. Yeah, but bottom line, I think the main takeaway from this is the PR nightmare that would come along with WWE suspending Liv Morgan. It would not be worth it in any way, because then you'd have Tucker Carlson being like, yeah, that's right. Stand up. Drugs are bad. And then you have the other side like, yeah, no, this is unacceptable. this helps people with anxiety and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it would just be an absolute freaking nightmare.
Ugh.
Yeah, last thing I'll
Yeah.
say is if marijuana was around in the locker room in the 80s, maybe some of the wrestlers would still be alive today if they were doing that instead of coke. I think. But hey, that's it, pal. Anything else you want to say?
I was just gonna one more quick thing. I imagine, yeah, Nick Khan on The View having to front these like angry liberal View Brett and then he goes on Fox News and you got Tyrus having to confront him. Like it would have been a PR disaster. So yeah.
Oh, Tyrus would have had a field day on Fox News. Good thing you mentioned that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It would have been absolutely. Oh my god, he had the NWA title, a clear in view, just ripping into the WWE president. That would be awful. No, yeah, is what it is. I have nothing else to say on this topic. Whatever. Cool. Let's move.
Peace.